Charlie Behrens. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you how to power your house in an emergency. Now, when most people get the solar system, they think they're going to buy a big battery for backup power. And that makes sense for a lot of people. But there is an alternative. This is our 2016 Nissan Leaf. We got it used for about $14K. It has a great big 30 kilowatt battery underneath it that's more power than 2 Tesla Powerwalls, and it's cheaper too. So how do we do that? Well, this here is a pure sine wave inverter that I bought on the internet for about $200. We're going to use these jumper cables to connect it to the Leaf. I'll show you how. You do this just like you're going to jump start another car. First, you take the ground lead and you connect it to a good chassis point. I usually use right here where it's a good metal ground. I don't connect it directly to the battery because that's got additional electronics on a Leaf. You don't want to mess those up. The positive lead, just jump it right onto the positive lead of the battery, just like that. With the other end of the jumper cable, you connect it to the inverter. The black lead goes to the black negative lead on the inverter. The red lead goes to the red positive lead on the inverter. And now the inverter is connected to the car. So at this point, I've just turned on the car again. Now I'm going to turn on the inverter. It's just this little button in front. It beeped. I plug in a lamp to one of the multiple plugs on the front here just to make sure it's working. And we have electricity. And this can power whatever we want. It's at this point that I would take a heavy-duty extension cord and plug it in and run it into the house and plug in other things. These inverters have three main outlets on the front of it. So it's good to run multiple extension cords to share the load into the house. You don't want to overload any one extension cord. So keep in mind that even though we only hooked up to the 12-volt system, it is still being powered by the big battery underneath. The Nissan's 12-volt system can supply about 1.7 kilowatts, which is not enough to run our big central air conditioner, but it will run a small window unit. So the main question is, does this really work? Well, in 2017, Hurricane Irma knocked out the power to our house for several days. We plugged this in and ran a couple of long extension cords into the house. It powered the refrigerator and the lights and fans and Wi-Fi and TV and our computers. And after 3 days of running all of that, the battery was only down to 48%. That's only about halfway. We could have run for more days. But at this point, we decided to drive down the street and plug into a charger that was available in another neighborhood that had already recovered power. That's the nice thing about having a portable battery, unlike one tied to your house. Is this the right solution for you? Well, I don't know, but it's a good alternative to consider.